Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a new announcement that Binance made yesterday, and this was about listing a token called WAX or the WAXP token, right? And the Binance announcement reads as follows: Binance will list WAX and will open trading for WAXP BTC, WAXP BNB, WAXP BUSD, and WAXP USDT trading pairs. Users can now start depositing WaxP in preparation for trading. Withdrawals of WaxP will open on the 24th. So again, this announcement basically talks about how this protocol is going to be available on Binance Exchange for trading. So what is WAX or the WaxP token? WAX is a layer 1 network that is built for virtual collectibles and gaming. Users are required to stake WaxP tokens to access network resources such as CPU, net, RAM, etc., which will enable them to access dApps on the network. WaxP tokens can be used to earn staking rewards, governance, and payment for network transactions. So, right off the bat, WAX is a layer 1 network or protocol that basically again, it's basically built for the sole purpose of allowing virtual collectibles and gaming to be run on layer 1. And if you want to access network resources such as the CPU, RAM, and other components, you need to stake WaxP tokens in order to make this available for you, right? So again, you can also by using WAX or by staking WaxP, you'll also be able to access the different dApps within the protocol itself, which is pretty cool. And you can also, while staking your WaxP tokens, you can also earn staking rewards. WaxP is also a governance token, just like many other DeFi platforms, and it's also a token that can be used for payments within the blockchain, right? So that's basically what WAX is all about. So that covers the announcement section. So let's go to the Binance research page on WAX in order to see what this project is all about. So right off the bat, they're claiming that this is a layer 1 network for dApps, games, and NFTs. So it's just a regular layer 1 platform that aims to be doing pretty much the same thing that every other blockchain these days do, which is again allow for dApps to be built on them, gaming to be done on them, as well as NFTs to be created on them, right? So again, WaxP is also, WAX basically is a platform and WaxP is its token. So WAX is a layer 1 network that aims to build an ecosystem for dApps, NFT collectibles, and emerging play-to-earn games. The WAX protocol is a decentralized blockchain solution that powers the WAX marketplace and focuses on the transfer and exchange of virtual goods and services. Again, it is just like any other platform. It is a layer 1 network that basically focuses on building an ecosystem that allows for dApps, NFTs, as well as play-to-earn games to be built on top of them. It is also a decentralized blockchain that allows for WAX marketplace in order to again transact different tokens or different collectibles or NFTs within the marketplace, and focuses on transfer and exchange of virtual goods and services. Again, pretty much any new blockchain that's going to be developed or that has been developed recently has the similar characteristics of WAX, right? Nothing really unique about that. WaxP is the WAX's native utility token and is used for the following functions. Again, just like multiple platforms, WAX also has its utility token called WaxP. And let's look at what are the main utility for this token. So transaction fees. Similar to other blockchains like Ethereum that require gas fees to operate, WAX requires resources such as CPU, net, and RAM. Users and dApp developers will need net, CPU, and RAM to perform actions on the WAX blockchain. Each WaxP token stake corresponds with a certain amount of net, CPU, and RAM. While users stake WaxP for net and CPU resources, RAM is bought and sold through the RAM market due to its limited supply. Users can manage these resources directly in the WAX Cloud wallet. Alternatively, dApp developers can stake these resources or provide RAM on behalf of their users. Again, I'm going to try to make it as simplified as possible, but if you see, there's a little more complication in this platform compared to traditional platforms such as Ethereum or Polkadot or other platforms, right? So again, let's try to understand what this is all about. So just like any other platform, in this case Ethereum, Ether is acting as the gas for the Ethereum blockchain, right? So again, similar to that, WaxP is basically acting as the tool that will allow for you to purchase certain resources called CPUs, RAM, and net, right? So again, these are resources that are available in the blockchain which you would need in order to kind of interact within the ecosystem. And when you stake your WaxP tokens, you can basically earn a corresponding amount of net or CPU tokens, right? So when it comes to RAM, RAM is bought and sold through the RAM market because it has limited supply. So you need to understand that unlike Ether on Ethereum, Wax has three components or three tokens or three kind of like components to it: CPU, as well as net, as well as RAM. So these three act as the gas for the ecosystem, right? And the unique thing about this is that not all three of these components are equally valuable, because if you see, RAM seems to be much more limited in supply, and therefore you have to buy RAM in its own RAM market in order to kind of like access the platform. But CPU and net, you can basically get it by just staking it, right? If you stake WaxP, you can get CPU and net, right? So that's something that I wanted to make it very clear. You can also manage resources directly via their Wax Cloud wallet. Again, just like MetaMask Wax Cloud wallet is the wallet where you'd store Wax-based resources. And if you are a dApp developer and you want to stake these resources or provide RAM, you can do that as well, right? So these are some of the main one of the main use cases of the WaxP token, where you can stake it in order to earn CPU and net, whereas RAM, since it's a limited resource, you can only buy it from RAM market, right? If you go to the governance aspect of this token, WaxP token holders can submit and vote on proposals to influence the network developments. Again, just like any governance platform, you can easily like influence. If you have enough WaxP tokens, you can have a voice and you can influence certain decisions more than others. That's one of the drawbacks of the proof of stake systems. But at the same time, you don't really need to invest in a mining rig and mine, right? So similar to that, just like any platform, any proof of stake platform, you have a governance aspect associated with the token. So if you have enough WaxP tokens, you can vote and make sure that you have a voice within the platform, right? So staking is another use case of WaxP. Users that stake WaxP tokens to participate in network consensus are rewarded with WaxP tokens. Again, there are staking rewards just like any other platform, and there's nothing special about that. NFTs and GameFi. Users can utilize WaxP tokens to buy, sell, and trade NFTs across various dApps, marketplaces, and emerging play-to-earn games in Wax NFT ecosystems. Again, just like buying NFTs using Ether on Ethereum, you can also buy and sell NFTs or even participate in games within the platform itself by using WaxP tokens. So WaxP serves as not only as a token of utility within the platform, you can also use it to access certain features like NFTs and games within the platform itself, right? So that's very good. Wax DeFi, WaxP tokens can be converted to ERC20 WaxE tokens at a 1000 WaxP to 1 WaxE ratio. 2% of all secondary market NFT transactions on Wax are pooled each month, of which 20% of the amount of WaxP tokens are burnt, and the remaining 80% are distributed to WaxE stakers. Again, this is a very complicated but at the same time relatively simple explanation. What I'm going to tell you guys is that you can actually get a variant version of WaxP tokens on the Ethereum blockchain in the form of an ERC20 token, and WaxP that's available on the Ethereum blockchain is called WaxE, and also the WaxE token seems to have a higher weight when it comes to ratio wise. So you have 1000 WaxP equals 1 WaxE token, right? So that's the ratio. If you want to get 1 WaxE, you need to have 1000 WaxP tokens, right? So that's something that we need to be very clear of. And 2% of all secondary market NFT transactions on Wax are pooled each month. So amongst all the secondary market transactions for NFTs within the Wax blockchain, 2% of the transaction is basically pooled each month on a monthly basis, and about 20% of the 2% is basically burnt in order to make WAXP a deflationary token, and 80% of the remaining is basically given as a reward for WAX-E stakers. So if you want to stake WAX-E on the Ethereum blockchain, you can do that. All you need to do is, again, I think on their website they have a section where you can basically convert your WAX-P to WAX-E, which is an ERC20 token, and then if you stake your WAX-E, you are entitled to receive 80% of the amounts that are collected, or the transactions that are collected for secondary market NFT transactions, and you will be awarded a relatively small percent or moderate percent depending on how much WAX-E you are staking, and that will be a passive income opportunity for you, right? So that's a very unique kind of like system. That's something that I'm seeing for the first time in the DeFi space, and WAX-P or WAX-E is aiming to do that, right? So again, that's some interesting utilities for the WAX-P token. So now let's move on to some of the major components that allow for WAX blockchain to succeed, right? So consensus mechanism, WAX uses a delegated proof of stake system designed with 21 block producers, WAX guides, which provide computing power to WAX network in exchange for a fixed monthly fee paid out of token inflation. So again, just like any other platform, they have consensus mechanism, and they use a delegated proof of stake consensus mechanism, which is, again, I'm not going to go too deep into that. It is a method by which they use, they are basically like securing the network, right? So you can read more about this on Binance's research page, or even on their website. Office of Inspector General, or OIG, a watchdog agency for the WAX token, staffed by a committee of 3 elected Inspector Generals, or IGs. The agency publishes a monthly rating report on the WAX guides or guilds, covering current and prospective block products. This allows the community to make more informed decisions when voting for block producers. Again, they have a very interesting kind of like component called Office of Inspector General, or OIG. So this, what it basically does is to be extremely short and sweet. They're basically allowing for more information to be provided to voters within the blockchain, so that during the voting sessions you have much more information than other platforms before you make a decision, right? So if you have participated in governance activities within multiple different dApps or blockchains or whatever, you will realize that most of the time you don't really know what you're voting for or why you're voting for something, right? In order to make it easier for you to get more information on what you're actually voting, casting your vote for, OIG, or the Office of Inspector General, basically comes into play. And this is, again, I don't want to go too deep into this. This is just another feature that WAX has developed in order to make itself much more unique compared to our several other governance platforms, right? So again, that's something that you guys can read about. NFT standards. WAX mainnet currently supports 2 competing NFT standards, simple assets and atomic assets. The NFT standards on the WAX blockchain allow for NFT operations such as minting, burning, or transfers with no gas fees. Again, you have 2 different ways of using the NFT standards on the WAX blockchain, which is basically simple assets as well as atomic assets. And here they're talking about how you can basically, which standard basically allows for which kind of mining, minting, burning, or transfers with no gas fees. So again, these are all things that you can read through. WAX Bridge, a bridge that will enable WAX-P token holders to convert WAX-P into Ethereum-based WAX-E tokens. Again, obviously, if you're trying to do something on the Ethereum blockchain, you need to have a bridge. Similar to different platforms, this blockchain also has its own bridge, which is called the WAX Bridge, where you can basically convert your WAX-P tokens to WAX-E ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, right? So the sale has raised $80 million, close to $80 million from their token sale in 2017, where about 64.75 million WAX-P tokens were sold. So again, they had a token sale in 2017, which raised $80 million. And if you see, as of 23rd of August, which was yesterday, the total token supply of WAX-P is 3.7 billion tokens. Again, a huge token supply, but since it's a blockchain token and it has when it has much more like a value, or it has its own kind of like very unique niche, I think 3.7 billion is not necessarily a bad number when it comes to blockchain-based tokens. And if you see, WaxP can basically be converted to WaxE, and WaxP is also a deflationary token, because if you remember that we mentioned that 20% of 2% of the secondary market NFT sales are basically burnt. So depending on the number of activity and how frequently people use the Wax blockchain, and people trade and do all sorts of things with NFTs and in-game items, they can definitely make WaxP as a deflationary currency. Although, is it highly likely? I'm not really sure about that, but I think there is a possibility that with enough network activity, WaxP will become a deflationary token, which will make it much more valuable, right? And amongst the 3.7 billion total token supply, you have 1.7 billion WaxP staked, which is about 46 or 47%, close to 50% of the tokens are staked, which is a huge deal, with a 3-day unstaking period. So if you want to unstake your tokens, you only have, you basically have 3 days, but till then your stake will be locked, right? So about 50% of the tokens are actually locked, which is a huge deal in my opinion. Again, not as great as Cardano or Polkadot or some other huge projects. For a relatively less well-known or a relatively less or silent project, 50% of the tokens staked, and are receiving staking rewards is a good deal in my opinion. And that's, I believe, not really accounting for any project that has any of the tokens that are staked on the Ethereum side, because Ethereum also has WaxE, which equates to 1000 WaxP. If you stake one WaxE on Ethereum, you're basically staking 1000 WaxP, because one WaxE equals 1000 WaxP, right? Again, I know I'm using a lot of terminology. If I'm going too fast, please feel free to pause the video at a particular point, read through this section, and then if you want to listen to what I'm saying, if it makes much more sense that way, you can do that, right? But that's basically it for the overall overview of the Wax blockchain and the WaxP token. So let's go to the Wax website. So if you want to go to the website, go to on.wax.io. Again, it is a very weird website name, but if you want to access the website pretty quickly, you can go to Binance Research and then get the website from there, or go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and get their website information from there, right? So if you see right off the bat, they're providing you a notification on how you can receive newsletters from them. You can basically provide your email ID there if you are interested, or you can just close it. So again, it is a relatively less well-known blockchain project that mainly focuses on NFTs and gamification. But if you see, they have a pretty cool website, a pretty simple and elegant design. You can also see some of the stats right off the bat. About more than 325,000 unique users on a daily basis, more than 150 million in daily transaction, and more than 5 million of Wax accounts are available, as well as more than 30,000 dApps. Again, many of these dApps are probably not that really used by people, but they're still including it nonetheless. If you scroll below, all of your favorite brands and collectibles all in one place. You have Atari, Street Fighter, Funko. You also have Capcom, Robotech, and some of the less well-known players as well. But you have a lot of options here. Like pretty much all of these brands are utilizing Wax one way or the other, either for gamification or providing NFTs. Wax is a purpose-built NFT blockchain. So again, even though you can do a lot of things on Wax blockchain, it's mainly a NFT-based blockchain, right? So it's a cool kind of like a pie chart. And if you go to the bottom, you can see some videos that tells you what VIRL NFT is, which again, I suggest you guys to obviously use this video as a part of do your own research project and understand what these NFTs are before you want to buy any of those, right? So launch your NFTs on Wax. Again, lots of popular basketball players as well as baseball players have kind of like launched their NFTs on Wax blockchain. Even though it used to be, I think during the NFT craze, it was quite popular. The blockchain is now kind of like cooling down. So this is going to give you guys an opportunity to do research and also accumulate some capital if you want to choose to invest in this project, right? So here are some of the projects again. You have several dApps and partners you can build now. No NFT is more important than the planet. Again, they are trying to make sure that it's all fully eco-friendly, and since they're using a delegated proof of stake mechanism, there's really no risk on the environment, right? So you have 5 million collectors and counting, which is happening on a regular basis. You can create your own wallet and start accessing their dApps, capitalize on Wax tokenomics and DeFi. So again, not only can you participate on DeFi, but you can also use NFTs and so many things, right? So only the NFT section of Wax is currently popular. Not a lot of DeFi dApps or any famous DeFi dApps are being built on Wax, but once people start noticing the true potential of Wax, I think there is much more room for popular dApps to kind of plug to the Wax blockchain, right? So you can clearly see the roadmap that they have, and they are clearly showing some development phases for DeFi, Cloud Wallet 3.0, mobile wallet, and they also plan to have Wax Pay in Cloud Wallet accessibility. You can also see some of the About Us information where you can see the co-founders as well as their social media pages if you want to follow them. You can become part of the community, get the access to the newsletter, and see some other educational resources if you're not really familiar with the NFT DeFi space, right? And you can also ask specific questions through their Discord. You can contact them by clicking on this button. But apart from that, a very straightforward and easy to use blockchain if you kind of like understand and do your research on. Otherwise, it is something that can be considered as a relatively high volatile project, because once NFT market is booming, projects like Wax is going to pump. But after that, the market is going to crash pretty soon, and Wax will crash even harder. So that's something that you need to be very careful about. Now let's go to the CoinMarketCap page for Wax P. This token is currently ranked 119th by market cap on CoinMarketCap with a 33-cent price point at the time of making this video. And the token has already crashed like a close to 15% decline in the past 24 hours. Obviously, because immediately after Binance pump, I think tokens literally crash and they get dumped, right? And that's the phase that Wax P is heading to. Its market cap is only about $571.6 million. Again, I'm just saying it's only like $571 million in market cap, because I feel like this token has a huge potential. It's a blockchain in and of itself, a layer 1 blockchain which aims to do a lot of things. It has very unique mechanisms by which it aims to achieve that, and it also has a very good basis on Ethereum itself, where you can stake Wax E to earn additional rewards. So I think the platform itself is quite robust, and every single year we'll be having a DeFi season as well as an NFT season. And I think during the NFT season, this token is going to be one of the prime candidates to pump, right? Because it is so focused on NFTs and in-game items and gamification. I think this project is going to have its own, peaks and lows. So that's a good opportunity to see this token, shine in the short term as well as in the long term as well, right? So if you guys want to basically invest in this token, you need to probably wait till the market cap cools down even more. I think this token can easily go down to about 30 to 25 cents in that range. The reason is any token that gets pumped on Binance will have a very slow decline in price point, and that will give you guys enough opportunity to research as well as accumulate some capital before you can invest in this project, right? And when it comes to the market cap, I think the market cap can go down and retest the $550 million and even lower than that. And while it's going lower, it's just good to kind of like dollar cost average in, right? If you believe in this project. So if you go to the max supply, again, we saw the max supply was 3.7 billion tokens, and about 45% 50% of the tokens are in circulation, and I think majority of them are actually staked. So that's a really good thing. There's only 50% of the tokens remaining. There is a slight price slumping opportunity where the token price will easily move sideways for a long time as long as the staking rewards are being dumped. But that again only signals that this project is a good buy opportunity, because if you see, this token has kind of like done pretty well. When you see the charts, you'll probably understand that. But once this token has kind of like been a little bit more popular, I think most people will start buying and staking this for passive income, or using it to buy NFTs and so on and so forth. It's going to drive a lot more adoption to this project, right? So for now, I think the tokenomics looks quite decent, not too great and not too bad as well, right? If you see the chart, you can clearly see that the token had performed quite well immediately after its launch since December 29th of 2017, when the token price was 93 cents per token, and it immediately shot up to a price point of $2.40, making an all-time high at the time at the price point. And then it's declined and crashed easily and reached an all-time low of about 17 cents on March 11th, 2018. It had a small peak, but pretty much flat. If you can see, this token has been pretty flat throughout the early 2018 to even currently this year, early this year as well. Even late of January, this token was worth 4 cents per token. But if you see, the token easily made a decent gain of 24 cents from 4 cents, right? During mid of March, and then it kind of crashed back down. And now, due to the Binance listing, the token went from 17 cents on August 18th to like 33 cents, and it's now declining, right? I would probably suggest you guys hold off on this token, because if you see, NFT was not that crazy, except for CryptoKitties. NFTs wasn't really that crazy of a deal during 2017 to 2018, and I think nobody really started noticing NFT projects at that time. But this year, like early this year, you can clearly see that people have literally noticed a lot of NFT projects, and it seems like NFTs are going to have their own future, right? And therefore, I feel like this token is definitely something that you need to keep an eye out for. I'm not saying that you should buy this or not buy this token. What I'm saying is just do enough research. It's a separate blockchain. It is trying to be interoperable with Ethereum, and I believe that they will probably expand to other blockchains as well, because NFTs are going to be their own thing. There's going to be a lot more innovation coming in the NFT space now that we kind of like pretty much done a lot of we pretty much had most of the impressive innovations on the DeFi space. The impressive innovations in the NFT space are going to come through blockchains such as Wax, right? And I think for the price point, you can probably wait. It's pretty much at a it's pretty much in the peak right now for this year, and you need to probably wait and see if the token is going to cool down. As I said, it will break below the 30 cents to 25 cents range, and then now with the Binance listing, I think the floor has risen to somewhere between 20 or even 15 to 20 cents range. That's basically where you can expect the token to hover around. And till then, till the token price reaches that point, you can probably do a lot of research on this project, right? And if you go to the Bitcoin comparative, you can clearly see that the Bitcoin comparative has also been quite poor, with the token's initial price being 5,500 satoshis, January 2018, and then it easily made an all-time highs due to high extreme volatility of about 17,500 satoshis before crashing back down to a price point of about 1,600 satoshis, and then it pretty much laid flat all the way since mid to late 2018 to even early 2021. This token has literally done nothing in the Bitcoin comparative. It in fact went lower and lower, and even during the pump in the dollar comparative, the Bitcoin comparative did not do anything, right? And now you can clearly see that if you are very carefully if you have to look at this very carefully, you can clearly see that the Bitcoin comparative is slightly going up, which means you need to, if you have any of this token, this is the right time to sell, right? Don't buy this token at this price point. I think the token price is going to be relatively flat for quite some time, but I think once you see the token go below the 1,000 Satoshi mark, that will be the best opportunity to buy with Bitcoin comparative, right? But for dollar comparative, you can basically buy, again, if you want a dollar cost average in this token, you can start it all the way from either 25 or 20 cents, and then you can probably have a floor of about 15 cents, which is probably where this token is going to hover in dollar comparative. But for Bitcoin comparative, any price point less than 1,000 satoshis would be a really good opportunity, right? Again, not financial advice, just stating my opinion. If you look at the markets, it's obviously available on Binance. It has ample of liquidity on Binance. You can buy it with Bitcoin, USDT, BUSD, and BNB. You can also get it from Huobi Global, again, one of the most top tier exchanges in the world. Apart from that, you can also get it from some shady exchanges, but you can also get it from KuCoin, and again some other shady exchanges, but I don't think you should look into those since it's available on Binance. You have ample of liquidity anyway, and I think this token can probably get a potential Coinbase listing as well because of how unique this platform is and how unique it's kind of like having its tokenomics and the distribution mechanism, right? So I think it's safe to say that this token is a legit project and it has been around for quite some time. It hasn't really performed extremely well, but it has a lot of potential because the NFT craze is not going to stop, and we are still extremely early in the NFT craze and the market boom, right? If you choose to buy this token, I suggest you to not buy a huge bag because this token can easily be volatile and can remain flat extremely long, and that may potentially not be for everyone, right? But if you are looking to get a stable passive income from this token, either on the Wax blockchain or on Ethereum, then you will have a lot of opportunities where you can basically buy some WaxP tokens, stake it, earn some inflation rewards. If you want to migrate to the Ethereum blockchain, make sure that you have at least 1,000 WaxP so that you get one WaxE, stake that, and then you can earn rewards as well. So again, you have lots of mechanisms to earn rewards. You can also use this token within the platform to buy NFTs or games. So I think this token has been quite a good token, but not a lot of people have noticed this for quite some time, and it's only going to be the beginning because as a new enthusiasts for NFTs come into play, products like Wax are going to shine extremely well, right? So I think for the short term, I can see this token easily crossing the 50-cent range by the end of this bull run. But in the long term, I think the token can easily go somewhere between $1 to $2 in price point. And it again all depends on how well people start recognizing the entire concept of NFTs, as well as understanding these blockchains, and then how easy this platform makes on-ramping of newcomers in the crypto space, right? Again, this is just my opinion, guys. Remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.